This was a piece of land that was totally gnarly and unusable. It was just all rocky, and even right underneath that there's really no soil. And so we went to a solstice event, and the woman that hosted it had a walking meditation spiral, and I just said we need she used branches to just define it for the party, and I just felt like that's what we needed at some pinnacle place on the land to just kind of honor the spirits that are here, and then also give us a space for reflection and quiet and getting out of our heads. So while I was in Bali, it took a lot. You can see two great big giant walls, so it's probably raised up a total of what, 4 and 5 feet in some places.
Those walls go way down.
So, and it took a lot of work, and while I was in Bali, you know, Jeff and Hillary and one other person worked on getting it all ready to plant when I came home, and then Hillary and I collected these little beach rocks, so as you go into the circle, you can pick a rock, and it'll have a little saying you can meditate on, or a word, and then in the center you can leave that or go out with it and pick another one, and so it gives you something to like think about as you're doing the walk. So it's really a spiritual space on the land, and you notice like there was a garden that had all kinds of bells hanging, and then there was the little, we call him the Manahuni man with the little Balinese thing off the back. So in different parts of the land we really like want to have time to think about what's happening from a spiritual standpoint and to honor that. And spending time in Bali, and my sisters lived there for 30 years, that integration between spirit and all of us just doesn't exist here like it does there, and that's the beautiful part that I always find of going to Bali that I just love, that's integrated into every aspect of the day. So we try to do that in little ways with the land and bringing spirit here, and also reminding us of our connection with everything. So.
And we like to work with the nature spirits. We recognize them and honor them too. So it's a big, for me anyway, I think for all of us. And so yeah, so this is a great place to do it. I've never been real spiritual, but this stuff is really, I'm out here every morning doing the little walk, and you know, the little altar coming in. I stop to reflect on the day. It's really wonderful. What a simple way, if you're not having a disciplined spiritual trip, to just make an altar, something, you know, something you can stop and remind you that what a wonderful gifts we have in our life. Look, you guys are doing this class, what a gift, yeah? So it's all a gift.
And sometimes, like when we're walking the spiral and there's not even any wind, this great big huge wind chime, which, you know, it takes quite a bit of wind to get it going, it'll just start vibrating, you know, it won't even gong, it'll just hum. And you're like, okay, then some of the spirits are happy that we're honoring the land. So, you know, we take so much from it in terms of food and how much, you know, we were pulling weeds, and this has got to go, and that's okay, and get rid of this. And so really sometimes we have to think about that relationship and what are we really doing, and honoring the land in all its aspects. And it can be hard when the jungle is pouring in on you constantly like it is here, and you're trying to maintain something like this, but it is good to be mindful of that. So.
Yeah, you could just look down there and just, I mean, it's a miracle. To me, it's a miracle, you know, the food and all that coming out of this lava, essentially. Yeah.
When we first started, and we just did little sections at a time as we moved back, and Jeff is so used to being in soil, growing temperate vegetables on soil, and he kept saying, "There's no way. This is not going to work. There is no way." And you know, and I would just point at the jungle and say, "But look, a miracle is happening. You know, that's what can happen. We just have to believe that something else is going on. That it isn't all the book science and all the things that we're told. There's something else happening." So, you know, these little spiritual areas of the land remind us that there's something bigger than us that's happening here, and to co-create with that.